And welcome back to Beers with the Boys, set review for Fate Reforged. My name is David, I'm here with Trent, Lewis and Tyler from MTG Grinders, and now we're looking at Black. So our first card is Alicia's Vanguard. 1 black and 3 for a 3/3 body with dash for 1 black and 2. So this is the first time we've got a dash card. Personally, I love this this ability, this mechanic. I had it played against me a lot, and it was terrible every time it was played against me. I hated it. So it's
terrible for you or terrible?
Terrible for me. So that makes me think it's good. Now, I like how it works.
I like, especially in a simple card like this, the increase in the decision making to play it. Like, and especially the fact that if you've got nothing else to do on your third turn, dash it,
then cast it the next turn.
Yeah, that's where you're getting the sweet thing of the dash.
Yeah, like this is dashing. This card is dashing in its simplest form, and there's just so much strategy to it. So I think just the extra options good.
So this is a decent body for limited.
3 before, yeah.
That's fine.
You're playing.
You're not excited.
You're not ecstatic, but you're not upset. Like it fills the curve and it has dash. So dash makes this card.
And it gets better when you're playing a more aggressive deck. You can draw it in the late game and get that extra point of damage in to kill them.
Alright, Ancestral Vengeance for 2 black enchantment. Enchant creature, when Ancestral Vengeance enters the battlefield, puts a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Enchanted creature gets -1/-1. Firstly, I see the word ancestral on a card, and I expect something so much better. Just with the word ancestral there.
Yeah, well, yeah, you can. I don't always get what you want. It's
check the mana cost. No, it doesn't cost.
It's a pretty strong card for what it does for 2. Kill a guy, make your guy bigger, or make their blocks unfavorable or untradeable. It's good. Like it's a good card. Double black is what sets this card down. It makes it very tough to play.
I don't think I'm quite as high on this card as a lot of people seem to be, but at the same time, look, it'll fill a slot in some of my decks in the next couple of months, I'm sure.
I think it's a low pick for me.
Yeah, I can see the applications, but I'm not excited at all. I would actively try to avoid playing it if I could. Obviously, out of the sideboard, it's fine.
I think Alice V gave it a surprisingly high rating in his limited.
Oh, really?
I think he did. It's 3.5 or something. 3. But yeah, double black is just a killer. It's so hard to cast profitably.
Yeah. Alright. Archfiend of Depravity. 2 black and 3 for a flying 5/4 body. At the beginning of each opponent's end step, that player chooses up to 2 creatures he or she controls, then sacrifices the rest. As a start, 5/4 flying body for 5.
Yeah,
I'm playing it.
That's every time. I actually had 2 of these in my sealed pool, and
2 of them.
So that explains the whole 4/1 scenario.
Yeah, so halfway through the day, I decided because I chose Jeskai, and I decided to have a look at my black and green, and I had a pretty strong deck, so I played that for the rest of the day. And yeah, this guy, look, I never got the ability off, but the fact that he was a 5/4 flyer for 5 was pretty good. I actually, in one game, I cast this on turn 5, and on turn 6 I cast Whisperwood Elemental, the guy that manifested the end step. And in my end step, I manifested my other Archfiend, and he was not happy.
Shout at you.
I would be very unhappy also, facing down 2 of those guys in limited.
And the following turn, it was flipping my second one up face up to get lethal.
For my first Archfiend, I will choose my first and my second Archfiend. For my second Archfiend, I'll choose the same 2 guys.
It's each opponent's
It's the opponent's choice. And look, I just want to spend a couple of seconds. This is the kind of card that is not good in constructed, but you see a lot of newer players playing it because look, it's a big demon. They look cool. Look, it's a 5/9 guy. Okay, yes, it's a big player, but it doesn't do anything until the end of your opponent's turn, and they've got plenty of opportunity to kill it with their cheap spell.
Sure.
I think that if this thing had 5 toughness, this thing would see standard play.
Yeah?
Yeah, just because it misses a lot. It misses Stoke, it misses Sarpin, and pretty much all other point removal just won't get it.
Wouldn't die to a Siege Rhino.
Yeah, like Siege Rhino and does, I suppose it cleans up wingmate off pretty well. But yeah, I like this game. I think it's really good.
Yeah, that's good.
Absolute bomb. Like you
Yeah.
would never ever be upset.
It's
seeing
snaps
this
first
guy.
pick, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You could, if you were questioning where you were. Oh, so you couldn't grab this pack 2 because there's obviously no point in pack 2. But I say if you were questioning where you were and you opened this in pack 2, say with 2 favorite points, you could probably take this. It's very very strong.
If you're not in black at all and you open this,
Like I said, if you were
Pack 2.
questioning where you were,
yeah,
it's never where you want to be. But if you weren't happy with where you were and you see this, well, this is just well and truly powerful than every other card in my deck. You could take this.
Battle Brawler, 1 black and 1 for a 2/2. As long as you control a red or white permanent, it gets +1/+0 on first strike. Good body.
That's solid.
Yeah, as long as you've got enough red and white, then this is
This
very
has
good.
got your name written all over it, to be honest.
My name.
Yeah,
It's a cheap.
I
it's a
think
cheap
I
aggressive card.
I think I played Mardu and limited like twice.
But yeah, it's
Look, and look, even if you don't have that many red or white permanents, it's still there. It still trades with the
It's
more
terrible.
expensive more cards. So,
Yeah. So bear with the massive upside.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
if you can get that upside, it's pretty huge. Like if there is going to be a Warriors deck in Standard, I think that this will be. in
yeah,
there.
he should be there. I'm pretty sure he'd be up there.
Brutal Horde Chief, 1 black and 3 for a 3/3. Orc Warrior. I'm just going to say Warrior again. Whenever a creature you control attacks, defending player loses 1 life and you gain the life. So whenever a creature, not just it. For 3 and 1 red and 1 white, and another red or a white, creatures your opponents control block this turn if able, and you choose how they block.
The first time I ever seen this card, I actually said, not again. I hated Hull Rider. I despised that card thanks to this guy here. He gave me nightmares. And I read this and I was just like, oh, you gotta be shitting me. This is better than Hull Rider. The effect is better than Hull Rider.
Yeah, I think it's overall it's a worse.
It's a worse card. It's a
because
worse
it's got
card because there's no haste. But this card is sick.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
card is
yeah.
awesome.
I'm just seeing this after like Hordling Outburst.
Yeah, well, even there, but you don't even need anything. Like obviously you're gonna have something, but his ability is sick. Like holding outburst, brutal logic, drop a land attack. All your guys go to my 1/1 goblin, and you can take 8 or whatever the hell.
And I'll gain
4,
a
5,
bunch
6,
of
7,
life.
You take 9,
Yeah.
and I'll gain 4 life. You know, that is huge in any game of Magic. That's big.
Yeah, well, if they don't kill the logic, then the next 2 turns they're still blocking a token.
Yeah, and they already took like 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 onwards from the holding outburst to turn before you play brutal logic.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how many creatures they play.
No, this card is dope.
You have a creature with death touch out, like AB or something like that.
Don't.
All your guys can block my B.
And the B takes out the biggest thing.
Yeah.
And the simple fact this guy's called Brutal. I do want to point out Brutal Horde Chief. That is the best name. I've got the best art and the best name, both on Mythic Rares.
So limited bomb,
Oh, absolutely.
standard, totally playable.
Yep.
It'll see play.
Modern?
I'm such
Can we go further? Are we pushing it further?
Don't think so.
Uh,
Those
I don't think like
those formats are just very good at dealing with effects like this.
well, guys are light and bomb.
Yeah, like Hull Rider never seen. Hull Rider never seen.
Yeah, I definitely prefer Hull Rider in modern than this, and I
Absolutely.
don't think Hull Rider's anywhere near being played. So.
Alright, Crux of Fate. 2 black and 3. Sorcery. Choose one. Destroy all dragon creatures or destroy all non-dragon creatures.
This is the
That's
card.
awesome.
This card will make me play control again.
Yep.
I said from the word go that control was dead. Like I
Does
just
Stormbreath Dragon pose an issue to this card?
not to the deck. To this card, like you can still kill it with it. It's bad, but not really to the deck.
Yep.
The deck itself is pretty good at handling pretty much every creature in the format.
Yeah.
Stormbreath Dragon is probably the hardest, but it still handles it pretty well.
Yep. Are you looking for anything in particular from Dragons of Tarkir? Like a blue-black dragon finisher?
There's already blue dragon finish in this set, which we'll
get to it
later.
Sure.
Look, this is strong. Okay, there's going to be some awkward times where your opponent's 2 creatures will be Polychronos and Stormbreath Dragon.
Yep.
But But for the most
Place to be.
for the most part, yeah, this is solid, and the fact that you can build your deck in such a way that you have creatures that don't get destroyed by this.
Yep.
Just gives it some more upside.
So is this what the blue-black deck is looking forward to? Not play into hostilities, basically.
Well, the blue-black list had already positioned itself as a tier 1 deck. It was seen in multiple people playing at Worlds. It was a very strong deck. The only downside that the deck has is its inability to finish games.
Yep.
People with low experience, or I shouldn't say low experience, but less experience of people that of the world's best, generally go to draws with games like this because they play 1 or 2 win conditions that eat every removal spell and just drag the game on for a long, long time. This helps with that by being able to deal with the board all at once, or at least not having to stall out to go, I'm going to kill this guy, I'm going to kill this guy, I'm going to kill this guy, in sets, like sequent turns, and just play a threat.
Yep.
It allows it to turn on and be a little bit more aggressive earlier.
Or did you place it?
I don't have any, and I'll be looking for them coming into the GPT. This week.
I intend on getting that playset.
So it's $8, and rightly so.
Yep.
It's great.
And the flavour, don't forget the flavour.
Oh, and yeah,
This
sorry.
is the most flavourful.
This,
Yeah.
this was the first, on purpose, the first card that they previewed to show
The
Yeah.
lore behind
in,
it.
in the storyline. It's all about the battle between Ugin.
I can see this card.
Are we seeing Nicol Bolas in the next set?
Oh, I hope so.
Oh, potentially,
Yeah,
yeah.
I believe so.
It's back in the future though, so.
Yeah, look, if we don't see Nicol Bolas in the next set, I reckon he won't be too far off.
Yeah.
Because it's been a while.
As a reprint
Yeah,
or a
it's
new Nicol Bolas?
Oh, no.
New one.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
know everything.
Although
It's not exciting.
having said that, with just have a brief aside, with the core sets going away, we might in a few years see more Planeswalker reprints of the exact set expansions.
Sure.
I could also see that card being a game day promo. They did like Killing Wave and stuff. Like looked really cool, like already cool art, and they made it cooler.
Mm.
That thing would just look sick.
That's not.
It's not. What's the game day promo?
No idea.
I can't remember.
But it's not that.
But they do, with the foils of the card though, has a watermark on it. It's got the Kanzataki watermark, and you angle the card, it's got the dragon's watermark on it. It's like
Sweet.
overlaid on
That's the
top.
same with the Siege ones as
Yeah,
well.
the Siege card as well, yeah.
Yep.
Which
Oh
is-
yeah,
cool.
cool. Yes,
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Yeah. Dark Deal, 1 black and 2. Sorcery. Each player discards all the cards in his or her hand, then draws that many cards -1.
Yeah.
So it's a bad windfall.
Look, this card's going to be awesome in Eternal formats, but yeah, it's not that good.
0-0. Move on. Card's terrible.
We're all happy to move on.
I don't like it.
I can't see it anywhere, to be honest.
No, there's a lot of hype about this in Commander and Vintage and Legacy.
Where? Like, where-
Because generally cards with this effect, especially a cheap one like that, tend to get overplayed.
No, we'll wait and see.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, if you have this in limited, it's not good. Like
No.
it's
I don't think you can pick this and play it.
you can't.
No.
Yeah.
It's going to be last picked.
Yeah, you'd rather pick a plane because you can use that and make your deck look cool.
Yeah. Diplomacy of the Waste, 1 black and 2. Sorcery. Target opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card. If you control a warrior, that player loses 2 life. Are you playing that Overthought Seeds?
Every day. What are you even talking about? This card is the dope. No, it's not. It's not.
I'm not playing it in limited. I'm not playing it in standard.
I think it's not as bad, not that bad in limited, especially if you've got a lot of warriors. But yeah, look,
I'd rather just play more Warriors.
yeah, that's right. Look, it's really good to bring in if your opponent has some sort of threat that you have no other way.
If they've got an Urigan and you can't deal with it, sure.
I feel like Urigan matches up pretty poorly.
Yeah, that's true.
But,
Yeah, I don't like that card.
No.
It's terrible.
Dousing Gloom. That's a reprint, yes? Dousing Gloom.
Yeah,
1 black and 2. Dousing Gloom deals 2 damage to target creature. You gain 2 life.
Looks great.
yeah.
It's fine.
yeah, only limited, but
In my black green deck, I had a couple of copies of this, and very least, and it was just solid.
Seems like a
get
good
kills
deal.
more, gains more.
Yep.
It's fine.
You're going to play it. You're not going to rave over it.
No, it's fine.
Does its job.
Fearsome Awakening, 1 black and 4. Return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. If it's a dragon, put 2 +1/+1 counters on it.
think this can be good where if you've got just quality.
Yeah,
If
Yeah,
you
you've
just
got,
got good
you've got a
guys.
bunch of bombs.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this is great.
pretty much like ignore that if it's a dragon text. Like if that's just upside if you happen to be.
If you get a dragon, that can play you.
Yeah.
You're like, woo!
And do 4/4 flyer for 6 is great, but a 6/6 flyer for 5 is pretty solid. Yeah, I think. Yeah, it's a good card.
Not
Like,
standard playable.
no.
It's been a while since a spell like this has been the same play.
Rights was the last
I'm
one.
very right.
Yeah.
And River-Veros is the closest at the moment.
Yeah, and that's not this.
That's a different card.
Yeah.
Ghastly Conscription. 2 black and 5. For a sorcery, exile all target creatures from target player's graveyard in a face down pile. Shuffle that pile, then manifest those cards.
This card's awesome.
This is great in Commander. It's interesting that it's actually worse in this limited format than it would normally be because of Delve. But yeah, like it's a cool effect.
Definitely a commander card.
Blue black control win condition. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
think
better than.
You heard it first here.
What's the black X freaking
anti-RP so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
because this is target player.
There's a look at that.
Yeah, out of the sideboard.
You're not concerned that it's a sorcery?
No, you're just gonna win the game. Like this is the card that you play to end the game. So this is like your Pearl Lake Ancient against specific decks. So like green red monsters and stuff. This thing you just stall the game, you kill a bunch of their guys, they don't delve.
Yeah.
They've got no delve cards, and then you just go, okay, cool, well, we make a heap of dudes, I've got enough life, I've got, stabilized the board.
I'm going to disagree with you until Whipavera Boss leaves. Rotates out.
But this is in the sideboard. So
Oh,
this isn't in the
right,
main
yeah,
deck.
yeah.
Like you would not, no, this isn't in the main
Oh,
deck, this
okay,
is definitely in the
yeah.
sideboard. So this, like I said, this comes in where like Pearl Lake Ancient is bad.
Sure.
I mean, even getting 3 dudes to this, like getting 6 power on the board, like your opponent's not going to have a board when you cast this.
Now, I know Ugin's 8, and everyone's going to say, you draft Ugin, yeah, you're going to play him. This is 7. Do you play him in limited?
Oh, I think you'd have to have a very narrow deck. No, I don't think you can, because you have to pick this first. Like, this is first pick. Like, you have to pick this pack 1, or you're given it. And I don't think so. I think it could be
some decks depend on the deck.
yeah, I don't think you're going to be happy.
I'm not high on this card
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
You don't like it in the blue back control?
I personally, in the position that you're saying playing this, I'd rather play Ugin. Like I think Ugin would be better.
For me, this is purely commander card, and it's to get rid of my opponent's graveyard.
Sure.
Yeah.
Grave Strength. 1 black and 1 sorcery. Choose target creature. Put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard. Then put a +1/+1 counter on that creature for each creature card in your graveyard.
I'm happy to keep going to the next card.
I don't think you really want to be.
No.
Yeah, look, there are some narrow situations in which this provides a huge effect, but look, I'd rather play the better card.
I prefer to play a bear.
A grizzly bear.
Yeah. Gurmag Angler. Alright. 1 black and 6 for a 5/5 delve.
Pretty good.
It's not bad. Like, you could get this out for 1 black.
Yeah, I think
most
having
of
an
the time it
effect.
might be, but-
I think having an effect that allows you to delve the graveyard early and then getting this guy out on like turn 4.
And the 5/5 body limited is
It's
not
pretty
bad.
strong, but you don't want to be casting this guy at 7.
You can't play too many of them.
No, you want to play
Like
2
Jack.
tops.
Yeah, just like giant, expensive dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
This-
sweet
this
looking
guy.
card. Zombie fish. Come on. That's great. I thought you'd be a huge fan of this card. It looks ridiculous.
How many other zombie fishes are there in Magic?
I think there's a few, although I couldn't name them.
Yeah.
I know I've seen those 2 creature types together before.
Alright, Hooded Assassin, 1 black and 2 for a 1/2. When it enters the battlefield, choose 1. Put a +1/+1 counter on it, or destroy target creature that was dealt damage this turn. So it's creature kill.
Yeah,
This
fine.
thing is
Oh,
solid. Like don't expect it to be easy to get the second mode off all the time, but look, it comes down as a 2/3 otherwise.
I played it all day
That's what
Saturday.
it is.
played it pretty, like, drew it pretty commonly. Never played destroy target creatures.
I
just
did.
mentioned threes.
I did a couple times.
Okay.
But no, that was fine. But you know,
Were you holding onto it to try and get that effect, or were you just playing it?
There was maybe one time I held onto it because I thought I might be able to get the effect.
Yeah.
But
Did you end up getting the effect?
yes.
I like it against Archer's Parapets. So you can play a 2-drop.
Well,
They
block,
play Parapet,
That's
so you attack and they block it.
That's actually really good. Really
Yeah.
good value.
Yeah, I think there's a lot more like Monastery Flock and Dragon Ice.
Yeah,
There's
this
a
actually-
lot more cards in Khans
Yeah.
that are good blockers.
Like just like the blue-green morph deck, we just have huge asses on them.
Yeah.
It just really blows them out.
Yeah.
It's
But I think it's going to be a lot better in the draft format than in the at the pre-release.
yeah, absolutely.
Manu Shadow Spear, 1 black for a 1/1. When it attacks, each opponent loses 1 life. With dash for 1 black and 1.
That's fine. Like for the warrior deck and standard, if it ever comes around, it's it's right there. That's for limited.
If you're aggressive enough, it could be good. But if you can take advantage of the fact that it's a warrior, it could be good. But
Yeah, you'd want to have some of the chiefs. And
Yeah.
if
Raise the spoils.
if you've got support for it, it's really good.
I'm not happy at all about playing 1-mana 1/1s that lose to every creature.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like
unless
even
it's
was the white guy that can give him death touch.
hate blade.
Yeah, hate blade. Like that guy's alright.
Mm.
And he gets to trade with anything he wants.
Yeah.
This thing just dies
Stuff
with
it
everything.
So it's a good
Yeah.
card.
No, I'd rather play Type of Rats for most decks.
Yeah. Manu Strike Leader, 1 black and 2 for a 3/2. Human Warrior. Whenever a Manu Strike Leader attacks, put a 2/1 black warrior creature token onto the battlefield, and it also has dash for 1 black and 3.
It's interesting.
I like it. It's
Yeah.
good.
The fact that it leaves a body behind is so good.
Getting the really good value of dash.
Yep.
It's probably it's probably one of the best, to be honest, with the
Yeah.
dash. The dash card.
I think it's a top 3 pick for limited.
Out of the whole set.
Oh no, just out of like you
Oh, in a pack. I think
top
it's
3.
very first pickable.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's up there.
What do we think about it for standard? Not happening unless there's that warrior deck.
Look, I don't think so. The fact that it does leave a body behind when it attacks makes it slightly more likely, but I think that if there's a warrior deck, there are enough tools there that it won't need this at the 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Sure. Merciless Executioner, 1 black and 2 for a 3/1 body. When it enters the battlefield, each player sacrifices a creature. I'm going to say this is standard sideboardable.
I had 2 of them, and I had 2 of them. I put them straight into my deck, and I went, no, and I took it straight out. It just wasn't. I don't know. I'm really lost with this card as to if it's great or terrible.
Well, like most edicts, you want to fire them off early. The more creatures they get on the battlefield, the worse it gets.
Yeah.
I like this guy.
Yeah, like
I like this as a sideboard against Blue White Heroic.
In standard.
It's
no
it-
way.
It's Black's
Cracking
edict
good.
to it's Black's answer to Blue White Heroic.
Yeah.
That's my thought on it as a sideboard card.
I think that sounds fine. Yeah, like, are you talking about putting that in, like, say, a whip deck as well?
Yeah.
Like for the sideboard? Yeah, like being able to reuse that ability.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
I think in limited it's decent in a very aggressive deck.
Yeah.
At worst, you're on turn 3 you're attacking with hopefully you've got 1 or 2 guys out by then.
If you've got no other creatures out, you have to sacrifice it.
That's the downside. To
Yeah.
it. I mean, that's obviously the downside to my deck as well. Was that I just never wanted to trade him or another body of mine.
Yep.
For potentially something that's of equal value. Like it
Sure.
doesn't seem that good sometimes.
I'm noting that he's a warrior, which, if there's a warrior deck, there could be a place for this guy if a warrior deck wants to need
It looks cool.
It works really well with, trying to remember the name of it from the last set, the 1/1 and 2/1 that with Raid, you can bring it back from the graveyard.
Lots of
Champion. So if you play that on the first in the first 2 turns, and
Yeah.
you attack with it. You play this guy, sack your champion, and then bring it back.
I'll get there like Fleece Man.
Is a champion a warrior or anything like that?
Yeah,
that's
Warrior.
Warrior Berserker.
Noxious Dragon, 2 black and 4 for a 4/4 flyer. When it dies, you may destroy a target creature with converted mana cost of 3 or less. Good.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
fine.
big, like the other dragon, it's a big flyer, so it's already got points there.
Yep.
And it does the thing.
Yeah,
Does
it does a better thing than milling 4 cards.
Yeah.
So limited, you're playing it every day of the week. Yep.
Yeah, it's fine. It's probably
Anywhere else, it's not getting.
Yeah, if your opponent has a kill spell for this, it can be a 2/4 all the time.
Sure.
So that's fine.
Orc Shore Shot, 1 black and 3 for a 4/2. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, target creature an opponent controls gets -1/-1 until the end of turn.
Sounds good.
I like this with things like Ponyback Brigade.
Yep.
That works well.
That flips up to 5, doesn't it? So it's on
Yeah.
there.
3, 4, 5.
I was playing this guy, and I think I resolved him a total of 3 times, and every time I couldn't attack profitably. He just died. Just a lot like a low.
Did you end up killing anything with it?
No, I made a mistake with him, which cost me the game against Star. But yeah, not really. It wasn't as much. It wasn't as good as what I thought it was. I was playing a couple of the Sand Step Outcasts, like the 2/1 that makes a 1/1.
Yep.
That's where he was good. I think I did that. I did that against you, and that was good there.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just eats that removal spell.
Yeah.
He's still fine. Like, I'm
Yeah,
not
I
saying
like
he's bad. I just
I think it's
I just
pretty
ran
solid.
a few implications.
I think it's pretty solid if you pick him up in the draft because it's the first pack and you can prioritize
Yeah.
trophy makers.
Yeah,
Sure.
absolutely.
Palisades, 2 black and 3 for an enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, choose Khans or Dragons. If you choose Khans at the beginning of your upkeep, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Dragons, at the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. I think it's really good.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's really good.
it's basically draw an extra creature a turn. I think that's good.
Yeah.
Or in defensive decks, just
Yeah.
win through attrition.
I think it'll get play tested for standard. I don't know if it'll make it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think it only get played if it's going to be used for dragons.
I asked for Oversold Cemetery to come back. I got this instead.
Look, I think I'm not necessarily sure about standard because it does cost 5, but at the same time,
If
like
this
that
was
that
cost 3.
mode's pretty good for a long game.
Yeah.
Story.
Well, Monastery Siege it costs 3.
Probably won't cost 3.
Yeah, come on. It's not out of the
It's hopeful.
Yeah, I think this is like slam first pick.
Very, very good.
I mean,
Yeah.
Okay.
And Commander, outstanding, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Outstanding Commander card.
Yeah, it's not bad.
And it does say each opponent, so
Yeah.
multiplayer, it's fine. Like,
That's right. You're gaining, 5-player game, you're gaining 8 life.
well, you're only gaining 2. You're not gaining 1 for each. All the life lost, unfortunately.
Yeah, but in a 5-player game, you're working around the table. By the time it gets back to you, you've gained 8 life. And
And then
then,
you'll-
and then
It's only your upkeep. So
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
oh, nowhere near as good as I thought.
That's
Bastard.
Quasi High Priest, 1 black for a 0/2.
Okay.
And for 1 black and 1, tap, sacrifice another creature, manifest the top card of your library. Tyler, do you like it? You don't like 1/1s, do you like a 0/2?
Not really. It's good against removal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Against
I-
removal, have the
I probably
bonus
wouldn't.
that you can
I probably wouldn't main deck this, but I definitely forget.
Yeah, it's
And
definitely a
that's-
sideboard possibility. I'm not excited about it.
Neither am I. Anyone else?
Alright.
We're going to pass?
Yeah.
Reach of Shadows. 1 black and 4 for an instant. Destroy target creature that's 1 or more colours.
Go for the throats back as a 5 cost instant.
Well done.
Limited, we're playing.
You were just waiting to snap that on. You just, ooh, I got this one.
This card's
Okay,
awesome.
it's the one joke that I planned in once. So, you know.
Fair enough.
That's fine. The
Yeah, in limited,
flesh to dust.
I would take this pretty early in limited.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, let's not.
It's getting rid of
let's not talk
anything
about
that's-
disrupted.
Not a manifest or a morph.
Yeah,
like,
it's just removal. Yeah.
Sig Host. I did not practice these names prior to doing this. 1 black and 4 for a 2/6 body. When it enters the battlefield, each player puts the top 3 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard.
Keep going.
Boring.
Keep going.
Yep, we don't like it.
Yeah, pretty average.
It's not real good.
Yeah, unless you really need a 2/6.
I'm
the sideboard.
I'm gonna say like, look, it helps your crimp still. That's a reason to not.
Oh, yeah, we were gonna argue.
No.
There's been a couple of times where he's gone look and I was like, okay, here we go.
Well, if you don't like a 2/6, Tyler, can I tempt you with a 3/6?
Two
Sig
nine.
Mark Dragons. For 1 black and 8 with Delve. When it enters the battlefield, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. So you can play the host, mill 3 cards, then use those 3 cards to delve the Muck Draggers into play and get one of those creatures. No, you
Yeah, that's another.
That's just
Wouldn't,
terrible.
wouldn't the host just mill the muck draggers?
Yeah.
That's kind of how it works.
I actually had one of these.
I was trying to.
Yeah, you gotta
Make it-
spice
yeah.
it. You mean
No.
I had one of these in my black green deck in the pre-release.
Yeah.
And that was pretty solid. Like Gravedigger's a decent effect having limited.
What did you end up paying for it?
I think I paid like 5 for it.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I just find the card works against itself. Like, it's got Delve, which means you want to remove cards from your graveyard.
Yeah.
to-
Yeah. So you
And
always
then
have
it
to
comes
have
into
an extra
play,
one.
and hang on, I want
Hmm.
one of those cards back, but no, I've just delved it away.
Well, hopefully you've planned it out before you've actually done it.
Yeah, I think he's okay. I'm interested to playing and see how good he is and how bad he is.
Yeah. Like,
He's obviously got like
He was-
an upside, but a
He's
downside.
better than the.
Oh
the
yeah,
host.
he should be all over that guy. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
he
not
was a
excited.
decent one of in my black green deck.
Yep.
Which I just
Soulflayer, 2 black and 4 for a 4/4 with Delve. If a creature card with flying was exiled with Soulflayer's Delve ability, Soulflayer has flying. The same is true for First Strike, Double Strike, Death Touch, Haste, Hexproof, Indestructible, Lifelink, Reach, Trample, and Vigilance.
This is
In one breath.
this is a wonderful use of the delve mechanic. Like,
Yeah.
look, it's got a strong power level, but I just love the design of this card.
and the look of this
Yeah.
card is gnarly. He is sweet.
I've seen a lot of talk about modern with this guy and Drogskull Reaver.
Oh yeah.
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 I don't know that.
Oh yeah,
so,
flying, lifelink, double
Double
strike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hexproof creatures that people talk about. Hexproof
Sure.
creatures. So it's just a
Just a mad bro.
Just
Just
a
a mad bro.
yeah.
Could it be used as like a 5th Bristlebrand?
Probably not. You probably can't put him up there with Crystal Red.
No.
I think he's completely different to Grizzlebrand. That don't think they go in the same
Yeah.
sort of deck.
That's why I said you can't compare him. 'Cause
I like
he's
how he's
only
got 4 arms though.
Yeah, he's rad. He's great. He's
like
a great card.
Oh, that's good.
Awesome. Great limited card. Constructed.
Is he going to find a place?
Oh, look, he could. He could.
Yeah, I think that being a deck, and it'll be a good deck in potentially like modern and standard, but I don't think it's going to compete with
What's there? already?
what's already around.
Yeah.
If I'm removing a Hornet Queen and a Sylvan Cataracte, Carry
Yeah. That,
Yeah.
at the same time, I've now got a
that's
4/4
touch.
Hexproof Death Touch.
Yeah, that's
Flying.
okay.
Flying.
Yeah, that's fine. But you have to find a spot for him. And Sullivan Australia sits at 6. And
Yeah.
he is uncontested.
This guy's a 2-drop.
Yeah.
You got
again.
Yeah. Hopefully not.
Again,
Hopefully not paying for 6.
You need all your
because then you
wayfindings.
just get 4/4.
Sultai Emissionary. 1 black and 1 for 1/1. Alright, Tyler already doesn't like it. When
What? I didn't say that.
when he dies, manifest the top card of your library.
I don't know why you're hating on it so much, Tyler.
I'm not a huge fan of this guy, but I've seen a lot of people talking about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He reminds me of the one that had Undying.
Yeah,
Butcher
Butcher
Bill.
Butcher
Yeah,
Bill.
Butcher Bill.
Yeah.
Of course, Butcher Bill was in the same folder as
Bloody
Birthing Blood, so that sort of made its value go up a bit. But yeah, this is fine. It's not a slam dunk or anything like that. But
No.
Yeah, it's
good
good Warrior too, which is potentially relevant.
Yeah.
yeah.
But,
That's
seems
about it.
alright, yeah. He could. I can see him
Actually,
getting played. But
If there's a warrior deck, this guy could be at least the sideboard against sweepers.
Sultai Rumark, 1 black and 2 enchantment. Gets +2/+2 and death touch as long as you control a green or blue permanent.
Let's just say the root marks are pretty average, and this is the worst of them.
Don't
I
like
can't
that.
remember what the other ones do.
Blue one goes for flying.
And the white one was vigilance.
Red's first rate, green's strength.
Yeah.
No.
But death touch, look, it's a powerful ability, but it gets worse the bigger the creature is.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I don't even know how to pronounce this guy's first name.
Tassiga.
Tassiga, the Golden Fang, 1 black and 5 for a 4/5 body with Delve. And an ability of 2 and either a blue and a green, and a blue and a green. Put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. Then return a non-land card of an opponent's choice from your graveyard to your hand.
Great limited card.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen people talking about in Constructed.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk for this guy in Constructed.
Cool.
Yeah, delving away all your stuff that all your caryatids and your satellite finders and stuff, and leaving
And
couple
like,
of good cards in your graveyard.
Yeah.
While we're on this guy, I just want to talk about how great a design this entire cycle is for Commander.
I thought you were going to talk about the art. It's got like a bowl of fruit.
Apparently-
inside a zombie.
Apparently, from what I've read, the character's a bit of a spoiled twat.
Yeah.
And he looks like that in the art.
Yeah, the cycle is good though.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool card. Good limited card. Probably first pickable. Definitely first pickable.
Possible standard. People
Possible
saying.
Yeah. I'm not sure how much, but there's a bit of hype.
Where's he fit in his own deck archetype or in something currently? Because I haven't heard much about it.
Yeah, potentially in the whip decks.
Alright. Tassiga's Cruelty.
Apparently, the guy's a jerk.
There you go.
Yeah. Don't play
It's
this.
very cruel. 1 black and 5 delve. Each opponent discards 2 cards. We're not playing that, are we?
Nope.
No, I think
Mind Drop was barely playable.
I would prefer to play Typhoid Rats for a 1 black and 1/1.
Yeah, it's
I
very
don't know
good.
if it's fun.
Typhoid Rats is
Death
really
touch.
Yeah.
if we're playing
Fast
Typhoid Rats and
cards.
roll these cards, we say they're not going to play.
I've just played a deck with like 23 Typhoid Rats.
Yeah, well, it's fine.
You probably lose. But that's it.
And that's the end. I'm
Surprise.
surprised. That's the end of the black cards. Typhoid Rats brings us to the end. So what do we think of black overall?
Great bombs.
Yeah,
Really
Really
powerful.
powerful.
Yeah, Soul Flare. Yeah, just a couple of other ones. The Archbane of Depravity.
Yeah.
All really strong top end rares.
Yep.
And
So
six
we've done
cards.
white, blue, black. What's the best so far?
I think white's
White's
still
still
the
the
best.
Yep, we're still going with white.
Yeah, so many good commons.
Excellent. Well, that brings us to the end of our black. We'll be back next. I think we're doing red.
Cool.
Excellent. Click the link.